is live from the Whiskey 61 Lounge in the Banquet studio.
Check it out.
And good morning, welcome in. The Out of Bounds Show is powered by Superior Foundation for all your foundation repairs. Superior Foundation for any foundation hiccup. Superior.ms. This is ESPN 105.9 The Zone. And it is Hall of Fame induction weekend for the 2022 class. Mississippi Sports Hall of Famers will be inducted. Really accomplished men and women. And I'd say the star power is Eric Moulds and David DeLucci. But wow, it's a hell of a class. So we welcome in Bill Blackwell, the executive director of the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. And Bill, I want to walk through the schedule starting Friday at the Madison Healthplex, which is a wonderful facility. Y'all are going to do the Drawdown of Champions, and it doesn't get any better than that party. Y'all have really nailed that thing over the years. Tell our listeners, a listener that hasn't been, what to expect from the Drawdown of Champions this weekend.
Well, it begins at 6 p.m., as you said, at the Madison Healthplex, which is just off I-55 at the Madison exit. We will have basically a party for the 8 people that are being inducted. It is very casual in dress. It's free food, an open bar, and a chance to win some money. We put a $5,000 prize, and everybody that buys a ticket has an opportunity to have their number called. The computer eliminates numbers as the night goes on. When it gets down to 4 or 5 people, they have the option of sharing the $5,000 or going for broke and keeping their number.
Has that ever happened? Have people ever decided to share some of it?
Oh, yeah. The last several years they have. When it gets to 2 or 3 people, sometimes they will take that option and figuring, I guess, bird in the hand's better than one that might get away.
Sure.
So, they occasionally will do that. So
that is too cool. All right, we're visiting with Bill Blackwell, executive director, Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. This is their big celebration weekend, and they want to raise a ton of money. So jump in, and you got to get there.
Besides the drawdown part of it, and the food and the drink. There's also a silent auction, and
cool.
We've got all types of things, whether it's signed helmets by Eric Moulds or David DeLucci or Barry Lyons, or whether it's other items. There are golf outings, there are trips, there are overnight stays, there's artwork of all kinds. We even have the last chair that Coach Jack Carlisle made. I don't know how many people remember Jack Carlisle or knew that he was talented in woodwork, but for the past 4 or 5 years, he has made us lawn chairs out of woodworking that he did, and we thought we had given the last one last year after he had passed away, but his daughter said he had one more left, and she brought it, and we will have it in the silent auction also.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so all sorts of things. The Drawdown of Champions is Friday night at the Madison Healthplex. Tickets are only $50, and you get everything that Bill just mentioned. So it's a big party. I mean, look, you've got Eric Moulds. You got David DeLucci, Jim Gallagher Jr., Bob Tyler, Barry Lyons, among others. So It's going to be a little bit for everybody. Now, let's move to Saturday morning.
Okay.
Bill, tell us about what's going on Saturday morning at the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum on Lakeland Drive.
From 10 to 11:30, we will have the 8 members of the newest class. Jim Gallagher Jr., Barry Lyons, Eric Moulds, Bob Tyler, Willis Wright, Maggie Bowen, Hannah, Kermit Davis, and David Lucci all here, plus any of the other previously inducted Hall of Famers that are willing to come out and sign autographs and meet fans. Usually we have, 25 to 30 Hall of Famers that are here to greet the people, and it's a chance just to get to know them, to get their autograph, to make a memory in that regard. And the only cost to attend that is the regular admission price of $5 for adults or $3.50 for students. Kids 5 and under are free.
All right, so that's Saturday morning at the Mississippi Hall of Fame and Museum, and then you cap it off with Saturday night's Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet at the Jackson Convention Complex.
That is correct, and we are about 650 tickets have been sold so far, and we're trying to get last-minute people into there. We a couple of times had thought we were sold out, and then we found ways to work around that. So the induction starts with the reception, which again has an open bar and an opportunity to meet and talk with each of the Hall of Famers. They will all have assigned spaces in the lobbies, and that will go from 5:30 until 7 o'clock. And at 7 o'clock we start the program. There is a nice meal included with it. It's sponsored by Sanderson Farms and the Sanderson Farms Championship. And I guess starting this week, we'll have to call it the Wayne Sanderson Farms sponsorship, as they've announced their merger finally went through, and Wayne Farms and Sanderson Farms are joining together on that. But it usually the program starts at 7. We're usually done by 9 o'clock, and it's a great time to honor some very prestigious athletes. Jim Gallagher Jr., who's been on Ryder Cup and President's Cup teams and was a 5-time PGA Tour winner. All the coaches, Kermit Davis, Bob Tyler, and Willis Wright, with not only their later ventures, but they were all successful high school coaches with fabulous records. Barry Lyons and and David DeLucci, who were Major League Baseball players. Eric Moulds, the Buffalo Bills' great wide receiver. And the lady in the class, Maggie Bowen Hannah. Maggie was a world-class swimmer. She went to Auburn University, was a 16-time winner of SEC championships. She won so many other All-American honors and that kind of thing. And she will be the first swimmer ever inducted into this Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. You can go to msfame.com or call 601-982-8264 for ticket information and the schedule. Bill Blackwell, thank you so much, Bill. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the time, Bo. We appreciate it.
Executive Director of the Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame and Museum. Go to msfame.com or call today 601-982-8264. Ron Fowler, T-Town, 109 The Game, next.